You know what it is. You know where you are. What it always has been.
Talk about it.
What it always will be.
Always will.
The goddamn Let Me Mansplain Podcast. Where everything goes. Everything goes.
Everything.
Just as long as you can mansplain it. With your men, the front three, your boy Fear Bavaria,
Wesley Sniper,
and Crickets. Nah.
He's
Kane
injured.
Is
Yeah, he's out
Kane
injured.
He's not on the starting lineup today.
He got a knock in the last game.
Yeah, man.
So Mans is just he's back in light training though.
Yeah, doing some jogs around the pitch. He's getting ready. Like in the next 7 days.
He's training with the squad again.
Yeah, man. He'll be match fit real soon, but he's taking care of some business. But today, man, we're gonna be getting into it with the sniper himself. Because my man's is out today, we're gonna have to do our own damn side effects, bro. Not side effects, sound effects.
Sound effects, yeah.
My bad. Man is already
the trank is hitting.
Yeah, sipping some good stuff, man. Some good stuff.
Double
I
cup.
won't say what it is, but it's some good
double
stuff.
cup too. You know what
double
it is.
Cup on that drink. Bro, you know what's really funny? I listened to last week's episode, right? We talked about PPM, right? Not once did we talk about actually implementing good PPM. Like, at not one point did we tell niggas to always strap up, always wear rubber.
Always strap when I hit the club.
Niggas give me dabs, bitches give me hugs. Okay? Niggas been mugging me.
Talk about it.
But we didn't talk about wearing a condom. We didn't talk about staying away from girls who've been in the streets. We didn't talk about going raw. We didn't talk about taking back shots in the club on the time you met her the first time, like straight up as a danger sign. But I think, man, we hit that topic real nice, dude.
Yeah, I feel as if we got it. We could have, like you said, we could have improved it a little bit more, just tweak it there. But I know we kind of got our points across a little bit.
Yeah, with PPM for sure. But today we're gonna hit a little bit of a different lane, man. PPM was a little bit of we were just shooting the shit to mess around. But today, man, we had some big stepper stuff.
Big step like big meat.
You know what I'm saying? We had some really good something to drink, man. And
good drink.
We got some cigars. We got some cigars, man. This is A1, some A1 content.
What did you call it?
It's a Parejo.
Parejo.
Yeah, it's a Parejo. That's like the shape. Because you have like you have a Perfecto, you have a Figurado. Basically, like a Figurado is the ones that mafia bosses like to smoke. It's like the one that it's thickest in the middle, and then on each end it kind of sort of shrinks in. Or the end is slightly narrower. So a Parejo is like a torpedo shape, where the front of the cigar is flat, of course, and then the end of the cigar is rounded, and it's one sort of thickness throughout the cigar, right? So this is where's this from? This is a new age cigar, or a new world cigar they call it. New world cigars. Basically, the old type of cigars are all the cigars that came from Cuba. Then, because of the Cold War in the 60s, Cuba couldn't export.
Jeez, you're going all the way back into the history, damn.
Nah, dude, I'm just putting. And then during that time, the US couldn't import from Cuba, right? So they had to find alternatives and substitutes, and then they ended up with the new world cigars, like Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, so on and so forth. So this is a new age cigar because it's from either Dominican or Nicaragua.
Let's light this bitch up.
Let's light this bitch up. So I'm gonna say, even ahead of time, pause. Because no. The thing is, I've done this before, right? So I had a gal over and I told her how to light a cigar, and I realized how wild it sounds, right? Each and every instruction sounds mad af. So I want to say pause ahead of time.
Alright.
So for most of you who are not cigar aficionados, because it's not, you can't be.
I'm not. Definitely not.
Exactly. You most likely will not have a cutter, right? So you will have to sort of sort your own cigar out. For us, we won't have to because it's already been cut.
Oh, they cut it already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I bought it cut. But for most people, you're going to have to bite the tip. Pause. Not a huge bite, just like a slight nibble on the tip.
Exactly.
Like the front of the teeth, like as minimal teeth as possible. Pause. This is what I keep saying. And also with lighters, I'd always recommend you to stay away from paraffin-based lighters, which is exactly the shit we're about to use, because paraffin contaminates the purity of the tobacco.
We have
matches. We don't have cigarillo matches though. Like cigarillo matches are longer because.
You need it to burn.
Let me just set this drag.
Cigarillos.
So
like that.
That's the one thing you never do about cigars. You don't try to light it straight up. So what you do is you start your flame and then you sort of hold the cigar to the tip of the flame.
The end.
Yeah.
The back end.
Just hold it and make sure the tip rolls.
Wait, is that the place you smoke or is that the place?
No, the opposite side.
Okay.
So I'm talking about the front end. If you bought your cigar not cut already, some of them just look symmetrical, right? So there's a band. There's usually a band. And the tip closest to the band is where you're designated to smoke off of. And then the tip furthest from the band is where you can cut it flat to get your flame. Right? And this is a big cut, right? For the side you're smoking, you want to just nibble a little bit. Or if you have a cutter, you have a really small cut. You just barely scrape the surface just so you have an exit point to have your draw, right? And with every cigar, before you even start lighting it, you have a cold draw. Like, to test if it actually... You have to suck on it. Okay. I told you. It's wild. You have to have a cold draw.
Cold draw?
Yeah, it's called a cold draw. It's not lit, right? Just to make sure that shit is flowing through the cigar. Mm-hmm. So if you can feel the air flowing through and it's not blocked. Yeah. So that just lets you know that it flows through the cigar. You can light it. So when you light a cigar, right? You put your flame out and then you hold the tip and you keep spinning it like this. Cigars are much thicker than blunts and cigarettes.
And J's and
stuff. Yes, sir. So you have to toast the whole tip and make sure the whole tip is nice and warm and ready. Pause.
That's me.
So you have to keep spinning it in the flame like this. So you see the cigar, the tip of my fingers, I'm spinning it around. And you see, we call it I wouldn't think it's only cigar, but it's called a cherry, right? Where your cigar or your blunt, whatever, starts lighting up. You see that little orange part where the flame is, you see it's catching flame. See, now it's fully black under, it's toasted. Reason why we have to spin it around on your fingertips and toast it is because if you light a cigar, it's not like lighting a blunt. The whole blunt does not get lit. So if you smoke, it will be a very uneven smoke.
Oh yeah,
so
you have to make sure that everything is perfectly toasted.
Lit. So you're gonna spin it around, you always hit the ends of the tip first, and then you go to the center of the tip. Pause. Dude, I told you, teaching people how to light cigars is actually quite wild. So, from biting to the tip to making making sure the end of the tip is ready. So you see how the flame is like hugging the cigar as a spin in the flame. So now the bottom of the cigar is black. Now you blow it. See,
get it lit.
You see the cherry, it's at the end. The cherry needs to be in the middle as well. And the last time, it's black at the end.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Spin it around.
That's actually perfect.
This is ready to light now. Do exactly the same.
You're good.
Do exactly the same.
Alright, cool.
So you're going to hold it in your fingertips, hold the flame against the cigar, and then spin it in your fingertips so it gets evenly lit all around. Bro, if we were doing this on video, it would have been so much better.
Yeah, but anyway, let's get into this week's episode. Yeah. The tutorial's done. Thanks for coming to our YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, leave a comment.
Which other podcast teaches you how to light a cigar that isn't a cigar podcast?
Which other South African podcast?
Alright, bro, we're not South African anymore. We global now.
Well, I am South African, but our voices are global.
We're global now.
Yeah, of course. I'm just saying, but we are still South African. Let's rip that.
something that will never change.
It will never, whether we like it or not.
Go. Don't dunk in the same hole. Ugh.
Nah, yeah. Let's just start the episode. This man, I.
Oi. Today, man, let's get into it. We had a lot of things that we want to talk about. I think today we want to make this one just about the fellas. Talking about the gals, the hardens.
We can chill on that now.
Like I said today, we're going to mansplain it for the gents. This episode today is for the gents, right? Today we were debating, like I said earlier, we were debating on what we're going to talk about today, what we're going to get into today. And I think today we want to talk about the toolkit. The gents toolkit. Like everyone has a toolkit. If you're a plumber, you know what tools you need. Whatever you do, you know what tools you need. As gents, man, we got to have our tools, right? We need to get right. This is like the get right season. This is like the blueprints. We're giving this the blueprint. You know, on to the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody give me back the body, please.
Exactly. So that's what we came into the gents today. You want to talk about, bro? To be a perfect man today, what do you need, or what do you think you need to have?
I don't strive for perfection. I strive to be me.
I strive for perfection.
I strive for the perfect version of myself, not for perfection. For me personally, there's no general blueprints to being perfect, but there is a blueprint to being on your way to being a decent dude, or a dude or a guy on your mission, or a man on your mission. Yeah. I
think to me, Jesus, dude, this pod's quality is gonna dip if you keep sucking on these things.
Pause.
Jesus Christ. All right. Nah, man. I just think today we want to get into over and above. We want to just get into what do you need to have as a man to be perfect? What do you need to have as a man to be on?
I can't say perfect. It's not perfect.
Not perfect. All right, not perfect, but to be a fully well-developed man from all angles. What do you think is the most important thing? Like in life, what do you think is the most important that makes up you as a dude, or that makes up the best version of you that you picture reaching in this life?
Number one, reliability. I feel as if I'm somewhat of a reliable person because my phone don't stop when people need stuff. So reliability is number one. Accountability, that's definitely one that everyone needs to work on. Of course, it may sway left and right, but at the end of the day, as a man, I have to be the person who's the most accountable for the shit that I do and say. Other than accountability, just be logical. Make logical decisions. Don't move on emotion. Don't be quick to jump. Just be stoic, basically. Be stoic, be logical in all your decision making and the things that you need to do. What else? Yeah, that's the basics. Trustworthy. Be a man of your word.
A lot of intangibles. I'm talking about tangibles mostly. Like, enough about the intangibles. Like, we know your philosophical wherewithal and what your mind is made out of. Those are all mental attributes. I'm talking about tangibles now. As a dude, to get right. Like, you want to be the best version of yourself. Like, the best version out.
Okay, fitness, number one.
Yeah.
Get your fitness up. That's what I'm trying to do. By the end of March, man's is going to be good again. Like, this March, I'm just going to work on my body and work on myself. That's basically the essentials. Fitness, work on your mind. You need to train your mind by doing something. Either I still say reading is a good exercise, even though now I listen to audiobooks. But I still say reading is still a good exercise to train your mind. I'm a chess player, so I still play chess on chess.com.
Jesus
pull
Christ.
up.
We like I did hit you up yesterday talking about how rusty my chess is. Like, I want to get right so we can have. Because look, playing it online is great because you really get to sit not even in the room, but you get to be or go up against real savages. But I don't know what, there's something that makes it so much better when you actually have the chess pieces in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's face to face chess.
It's because you account for human error with chess. With me, I know I'm one of the best out without practicing. Imagine if I did practice. I'm open for any chess challenge. Pull up anyone. Chess.com. Wesley Sniper 24. You know what it is, but anyway.
Yeah, man. I think you put it really well, but you're still focusing on the intangibles, on the mental. Because I look at it like
No,
this.
I said working out, getting your body right, and
I think, bro, to put it quickly, like, to be I won't say the perfect dude, but to be a really competitive dude where you're nice like that, right? Is first and foremost, obviously, you gotta get your money right.
yes, sir.
You gotta get your mind right. Because without
I
the
did
mind
say
right,
mind, yeah.
you spent a lot of good time talking about the mental, on a characteristics bit, but also on a competency bit. Jesus, the drag got a nigga stirring. But anyway, on a competency piece, man, you've got to have your mind right, because if you're not competent, you can be given all the money, but you're going to fuck it up.
Yeah.
If you don't have that mental capacity to handle what's in front of you and the intelligence to grow what's in front of you, you're gonna mess it up. And not only money, but just life, in everything in life. And then also one thing about your mind as well, right? The mind is about knowledge, it's about awareness, but it's also about an ability to actually act on said awareness. Because that's how I look at game. And game, people always associate game with women, but game is about life. Because I associate game as, people want to say games like pick up artistry, you gotta say the right words, you gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta have everything follow this logical step. Like, okay, she's gonna say this and I'm gonna say this, and then she's gonna feel like this. No, it doesn't work like that. I would say game in any
field,
in any
in
field
any
of
aspect,
life.
you need to have game.
Yes, absolutely. And I would say it's just having your fingers on the pulse and knowing what to do after you have your finger on the pulse. Because, like, for an example, I always say game is like being on a football pitch or a basketball court. You can have all the money to bring the players in, you can have all the status, whatever, you can have all the looks, you can have all the everything, but if you don't have the game, you're always going to take an L. Because on the pitch, right, you need to be able to have the intellect to see that, all right, I know what a high block looks like, I know what a low block looks like, I know what this tactic is, right? That's the awareness part of it. I'm aware of what tactics you're trying to pull on me,
Yes,
right?
sir.
But awareness is useless if I don't have the means to act on my awareness.
If you don't have a plan to not retaliate, but to come back and cover that attack,
like,
and do something about that attack. Yes.
Like, that's half the battle. I see it in front of me, but can I do something about it now? Bro, have you ever seen the parallels? Whether it's about talking to chicks, whether it's about starting a business, whether it's about, everyone wants to hear the opener, right? The opener, like, what do you do? What do you do? But
Exactly.
really, all you have to do is just get stuck in. Get stuck in and figure it out while you're inside. And once you've done that, you can see the signs. Now you get awareness through experience. Like, this is what this is, and then this is what I gotta do about it. It's exactly the same. Like, I hate having to go back to sports. Actually, no, I don't. I love sports, man. I'm a fucking man, and we mansplaining out here. So
Mansplain to them.
exactly. But you can see a play in front of you playing out, right? You can see that, hey, they're trying to hit me with the counter attack, and they want to put balls behind my defense. Pause.
Keep going.
But if I can see that happening, that's half the battle won, like I said, and then I need to be able to do something about it. So if you walk up to Gyal, or you're sitting in a business meeting, you say the right things, you see their body language open up to you. You see what I'm saying? You see everything going right. And this is your knowledge now, suddenly. You know what you know about, right? And now that I know what I know about, I can do something about it. If the body language is like this, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. I'm just aware of what's going on, and I can do something about it. And that's all, in retrospect, I believe game is. It's awareness and the ability or the competence with the set of behaviors and or words that are needed to do something about that. We went on a tangent on the mind piece, but the mind piece is very important, man. It's very important. But I think what makes the most comprehensive man, it's your money, it's your appearance, your presentation. Dude, the presentation, guys always like to say, oh, I just don't care how I look, I don't care how I come across, I just gotta have some game, I just gotta have some money.
No, you've got to clean yourself up.
Exactly, your presentation is very important for sure. But the point is here, man, that your appearance is extremely important. Your appearance is extremely important. How you present yourself. Like, we all know that if you look, on your best day, when you got the haircut, the first one, when you got the haircut right,
Bruh.
When you have been in the gym for like a good 2-3 months and you feel a little bit sorry, your shoulders have filled out a little bit more. When you're wearing your fit, like when you're wearing your drip.
Bruh, when you're leaving splashes everywhere, when you leave, bruh, people have to mop up behind
There's
you.
a mop behind you. You need to have a designated janitor behind you because you're leaving splashes. Because you're dripping
water,
all over the damn place.
Faucet.
Faucet.
Splash.
That would have been a fire ass ad. An ad lib. Faucet.
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 Splash.
When you're looking your best, ain't nothing nobody can tell you. Like you feel different. You walk with like I'm that. You know what I'm saying? When you step to another man, when you shake his hand, like your handshake has sauce on it. Your dabs are tasty, saucy as a motherfucker.
You have to be stable, have to be secure.
You know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
So your presentation from an external point of view and from an internal point of view are very important. But the point here, man, is that as a man, I think there's certain things you gotta have. We already know. I've said it for up till the time. You've gotta have your money right. You gotta have your mind right. You gotta have your social game right. And I think you went on a tangent, but the point is here, man. Have you ever tried to get something you want in a situation where you're highly respected or highly regarded or highly coveted? It makes that situation so much easier.
So much easier. Yeah, it happened recently. I'm not gonna say what, but in this situation, I was a big stepper and I was able to choose what I wanted.
Exactly. And
what I didn't want. Well, mostly what I didn't want. I chose what I didn't want. Yeah.
In a practical sense, you could be a broke dude and you could be losing in life completely. But if you're one of the big guys in the gym or one of the guys in the gym that people actually rate and people actually respect, business deals, everything that you want, it's going to come your way much easier in that context and in that atmosphere, because in that atmosphere, you are a high status person. To me, it's all about having a reputation that precedes you, where people will hear about you before they meet you, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? They have an idea of formula. Like I know in a gym, that's one of the spaces where I'm the don.
Very quickly, to this day, I don't know anyone who does this gym thing properly. Everyone in the gym thinks that they're good at lifting and think that someone else's game or lifting game needs improvements. I don't know who can you say, like someone like, for example, like a CC Fletcher or The Rock or something. Who can you say is actually like one of those dons? Like, do those dons actually exist in the gyms?
Like
where
in gyms, in terms of
that
like the
they're
gym industry or the physical gym? What do you mean?
Like when you go to the gym, right?
Mansplain to it, yeah.
When you go to the gym and you get in there and of course you know a few people now or the frequent goers. You know a few people, and then there should be like that one or those one or two that are not part of the staff, but you know they know what they're doing and they go around helping people. Not those ones, they don't know what they're doing and then go around helping people.
Yeah. I think once you experience it when you're doing your thing, you don't go around helping people. If people want to ask you a question, they'll come up to you and ask you a question. But I think
no, I'm asking, are they dons like that in the gym? Because everyone thinks that they know what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely. But it's like, I don't think you just go up to him and randomly start asking him what to do. You just know that this motherfucker is a big guy. Because that's the thing with gym, right? The thing with fitness is that it's very hard to lie around fitness and put up a false image, because your body will tell on you straight up. Your work is fully, like visually, you can see that, hey man, I've been putting this work.
Yeah.
When those delta and the back is wide, he's got a wide body turn. You know what I'm saying?
Pause. Yeah.
Damn it, pause. Man, there's been a lot of pauses on this pod, bro. From the cigar to everything. Cigars were good though. The
Bruh,
cigars
this shit is fucking me up. Like,
yeah.
bro, like
Yes.
now I'm feeling this. Now I'm feeling
You
like,
feel,
okay, cool.
you
This
feel
is what
just
the cigar feels like.
Cigar feels. It's
Yeah,
really
like
good
I'm wavy, but
it's good wavy.
You have to. No, it's good wavy, but it's like you have to have it as a combination. Yeah, I don't like combos like that.
Yeah.
You have to have alcohol in order for the cigar to
Yeah, I definitely agree. But like I was saying before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Outside of the cigar's fucking good. But you have to have status. That status is replicable. Like with the gym example you just made.
Yeah.
You in the gym, you have that status, like you're not necessarily God, but there's some guys that walk in the gym and that's what they are. No matter how much they are losers in their normal average life, but in the gym, they dons, big men, insizwa. as I speak in the language of the gods. Bro, I always rap in the language of the gods. Zulu, language of the gods. Always and ever. But in the gym, there's these guys that are they can be losers in life living in their mom's house, but in the gym, when you see the man deadlift 200, 250, you're like, shit, this is that nigga. So when that nigga talks to you, it's like, hey, I want to be friends with this guy inside of here. Because in this space, or in this context, or in this tribe, or in this pride, he's the, I don't want to say the alpha male, but he's the don. Same way, like in a concert, the guy who's blowing the racks, the one who the DJ is shouting out on the mic, that's the top of the hierarchy in that situation.
Of course, but okay.
At work, the guy who puts in the most work, who always gets the praise of the boss, or the boss himself.
Not the person who puts in the most work. That's different. But yeah.
The guy who is most popular, the most reliable, the most likable, and also the most competent, and also the most powerful.
Not powerful, but the most reliable.
I think powerful is important.
Power comes with your reliability. You can't be powerful without being reliable.
You know what I think? Like, alright, you know what my definition of power is? The extent and the efficacy at which you can exact rewards and punishments. I think that's power. That's all power is. It's your ability to reward and punish. Because if you are a powerful man, you have the level to reward anyone and punish anyone. And where you can't reward and or punish someone, that is the extent of your power. For an example, can the average everyday man reward and or punish Obama unless he meets him in the streets? No.
Of course not.
Because Obama has more power than you. But he can reward and punish you.
My thing is, Obama's reliability put him in that position of power. He was reliable he was that much of a reliable person that, okay, cool, the US or the people of the US felt as if we need to put this man in power. And let's not equate to Trump, please. That was something else.
But I think that, you see, the fact that there are somewhat exceptions to that means that it's not always true. Because I know for a fact power is always about the ability to reward to give me what I want, or to punish, give me what I don't want. And all of that is used to get what you want. So your ability to reward and punish is basically your main mechanisms in life of getting anything done. And the more extent at which you can reward or punish someone is the more powerful you are. To get someone to bend to your will, you use that combination of things. And that's what I'm saying. Reliability, like if you'd say reliability is a facet of power, that would mean every powerful man has to be reliable to a certain point.
In something specific. If you're known for something, that's the thing. It's also like a reputation thing, but you have to be reliable to know that whatever that thing is that made you so powerful, or whatever everyone knows you for, you have to be known that you always do that. Not that specifically, but always do something in a certain way. You have to be reliable, knowing that if I cross this person, something's going to happen to me. If you're not a reliable person, that's not going to happen.
But you just said exactly what I said in different words. If I cross this person, something's going to happen to me, because I understand this man has the ability, or this person has the ability to bestow power upon me to give me my reward or whatever. I'm saying the same damn thing again, but just my point is like, Queen Elizabeth has power, because Queen Elizabeth can reward and or punish most people.
That was a birthright.
Whether it's birthright or whatever, but it's the power. It's power. Whether it's given or taken, it's still power. So I always say, bro, another thing that I think is very important as a man is your ability to be violent. Not to be violent
to control your violence.
But you have to have the violence in the tuck. You've got to have it in the tuck, like a young clip thing that sits in the glove compartment.
Be more specific, mansplain.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that, man, I think non-violent men, not only are they powerful, but they have a habit of making necessity of virtue, or virtue of necessity, which basically means I don't have the choice to do anything else, so this thing that I can do is what I'm going to herald as if it makes me better. So in simple terms, it's like, if you're a peaceful nigga, right? It's easy to say, oh, I'm a peaceful guy, I'm an easygoing guy, I'm peaceful, whatever. But you're hiding behind the fact that I can't really exert my will on anyone else. But if I'm violent, if I'm able to fuck everyone up in the room and I choose to be peaceful, now I'm choosing to be peaceful. I'm not peaceful out of necessity. You understand what I'm saying?
It's not just that in terms of the dudes that are, or dudes that consider themselves to be peaceful people, but at the same time is now as a person, you have to know what works for you and what doesn't.
Yeah.
Yes, every dude has to be trained in combat or whatever in case that situation arises. But not everyone goes through the same things in life.
Yeah.
We won't all necessarily have to now get ready to scrap. If you reach billionaire status, or millionaire status, I don't see you fighting anyone unless you really want to fight this person.
But I still think that it's a good skill to have.
Of course, it's a good skill to have. That's fine. But a dude saying, okay, I'm a weak dude, blase, blase, it's knowing yourself. Yes, as a dude, you're not supposed to be thinking that direct or thinking that or having that mind state or that pattern of thinking.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's knowing yourself. And then from that point, you have to now think to yourself, okay, cool. I've seen that I'm not a fighter. But the thing is, if something had to happen, or a situation had to, or a scenario had to happen where I had to start fighting, what would I do about that? You can't run away, especially if it comes to protecting your family. So I'm saying it's knowing yourself to an extent, but also at the same time, you need to have it, and not necessarily have the violent side of you that's up, but also know how to handle your business. For me, it falls under handling your business.
Yeah, but do you agree with me, yes or no, that being the capability, the ability to be violent is very important as a man?
To a certain extent.
All right, let me complete the statement by saying this: the ability to be violent and the self-control and wherewithal to know when to be violent. Because sometimes someone's going to push up in front of you. Are you going to give him a 3-hit combo? No, you're not. Sometimes you talk. Sometimes you de-escalate the situation. And when you de-escalate the situation with someone you know you can beat up, you have chosen to de-escalate the situation, right? Because you had a multitude of options in that scenario. But if you know this nigga will fuck you up and you're de-escalating, you're not really de-escalating. You're just taking what you can get. So to me, it's like this, bro. I think, I don't know who said this, but you can only forgive if you have power to harm the person. If someone more powerful than you does something to you, it's not really forgiveness when you let it go. It's acceptance. It's like, I've accepted this can happen. But if I can do something to this person and I choose not to because I've forgiven them, that's truly forgiveness. Because all of this is just an illusion of choice. That's why I always say, man, weak men can never be virtuous. Because if someone comes along and says, to hell with your virtue, I want chaos, you can't do anything about it.
What about people who feel as if there's a different way to sort things out? Because at the same time, you won't, like, that's what I keep saying. In terms of fighting, you will always meet your match. I keep saying that to everyone.
Yeah, of course.
You can't go around swinging on everyone because you will eventually meet your match. And at some age now, you have to stop fighting because your body won't be able to take it like that. It doesn't matter how much you train or whatever. You don't always have to be searching for the fights. You get to a point where you're now keeping the sting in the tuck because you're always ready. Of course, you have to stay ready in terms of life in general. You can get mugged or whatever at any time. Yeah. That's understandable. But knowing yourself, understanding that, okay, sure, I'm not the most violent person on earth. How can I de-escalate certain situations that don't need to be escalated? But at the same time, you need to also train yourself, because no one's gonna pity you out here like, oh no, you're a peaceful person. I know. Let me handle things the way you handle it.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
people
fine.
are gonna take advantage when they have power.
Of course, that's not.
So this is what I'm trying to say. Like you're saying the exact same thing I'm saying, but you're just saying it differently. And basically, what that is that knowing how to fight does not equate to swinging on everyone. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how to do something does not equate to doing it. Knowing how to fight is important. So if you're pushed into a corner where fighting is the only option, you can do that and you don't have to submit. Knowing how to shoot a gun is very good because you know how to do that. Not every situation means, just because I know how to shoot a gun doesn't mean that when I argue with someone in the car park or in the car lot, I'm going to shoot them. No, just means that the skill is in the tuck. So if he pulls out a gun, I know what to do in that situation. And that's how I look at it. It's like, right, I'm a martial artist, right? KZN colors too. At one point, man was top 30.
Big step of things.
But just because I know how to fight and I lift weights and I'm strong and I'm a big dude doesn't mean that I'm gonna go around punching everyone. Like, you know me, I'm one of the most friendly, laid back dudes ever.
I hear that, and I also hear that
but
having a thing in the tuck.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you fuck with me, there's going to be immediate consequences because I have the power to exact those consequences. But if I'm peaceful, I'm chilling with you, it's not because I don't have anything else to do. Like, if I want you to do something, I can force you to with physical force, but I just choose to be peaceful because now this is actually a choice. I have two options, which is to take it my way through force and peace. So now this peace is actually worth something because I have an easier option to get what I want, but I choose to take the decent option. Now I can actually be morally superior. I can make myself feel morally superior. But the person who doesn't have the other option and says, I want this person's not morally superior because this is all they can have. They can only be peaceful. It's exactly, it's exactly the same as a guy who, like, he can't afford a Lamborghini. He says, Lamborghinis are ugly anyway. I wouldn't want one. This is not because you can get one and you rejected it. It's because you can't have one. So you make yourself feel as if.
But that's what I said before about being scared of the things you don't know about.
Yeah.
It all ties into that. And that's what, like, my points with that is, yes, we are saying the same thing as we need to have the ability in the cut. But my thing is, don't let it be now the center of your world. Thinking
110%.
In all honesty, it's
110%.
a rarity not a rarity, but in terms of how you move and the places that you go to, it's a rarity that you need to fight all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, it's a good skill to have. It's a must-have skill to have. But you're not gonna practice. Big Sean said, to get out of debt, you're gonna need way more than street credit. At some stage, you need to now stop leaning on that,
bro. You just circled this whole conversation around really nicely, because in the streets, right? There's, in that certain context, in that certain life, you have the status. In the streets, you can get whatever you want. In the streets, you're the big dog. In the streets, you're the Don Dada. You know what I'm saying? You're the OG. But everywhere else, you're not. That status does not carry over. And this is what people do with status. They like to try to make the status carry over when it doesn't. Just because I'm the big guy in the gym does not mean I'm the big guy in the boardroom. Just because at the club I can get the most girls and every time I walk into this club I'm the guy that everyone wants to be around, it does not mean that this equates to actual tacit success in my real life.
Yes, sir.
This is what I keep saying, bro. Like, status, you need to be very careful with your status. Status is very important. Social milieu, if you will. This has to carry over. So if you have, so for example, we each have, let's say for example, every person has 3 spheres to their life. Like, they work, is their day job, when they go out, and when they do their hobby, right? At work, you could be a junior. You could be a junior associate, or you could be an intern, low level, right? But at the nightlife joint, you could be the don. Like, at the club, you can be the guy that gets all the girls. You don't make that much. Yeah. At work, you're the intern. But here, you're the don. At work, if you try to get your way, you're not really going to get it. But in the club, when you try to get your way, you're going to get it because you have the reputation that goes with it. At your hobby, if you play tennis or rugby or whatever, you may not be the best player at the pitch. So there, you're not really going to get it like that. But at the club, you still will.
I say you shouldn't be using different aspects of your life or different avenues of your life as escapes to now try and boss up on someone else. You have to be a boss on all levels. That's
exactly what I'm saying, is that status, long term, in the everyday world, to be famous, to be well revered within the public, that takes time.
Yeah.
You don't just get that type of status. That has to be built over years. But while you're building that, you can have status everywhere else. And this is an argument to say that if you haven't got it like that just about yet, it doesn't mean it's all over. It means right now you may not have it on the biggest context, which is the whole entire society, but within your small pockets, you can have that. Within your job, you could be a high-level executive. You see, in that job or in that industry, you're feared. You're respected. If you want to get a young gal, it's the best place to do it is in that industry, because that's where you have weights in your name. If you want to get something done, you want to get an increase, you want to get more value out of life, that's the place to do it. But if you are a big executive at work or at your day job, and then at the club you're this creepy old weirdo who just comes in and pays for everyone's drinks, at the club you're not going to get your way there. At your hobby, if you're just a golf guy who kind of comes in every now and again and he's not well known at the golf range or at the golf club, you're not going to get your way like that.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just to say, sorry to cut you off, G, but to me, it's just to say, to drive home to this point that in each and every sphere we are in, it doesn't carry over. And to your original point, man, just because you're doing it in the streets, just because you're out here in the streets moving a madness, it doesn't mean that when you get to the golf club,
done. Yeah, well, in 2021, streets is
done.
Honestly, I'm not even joking anymore. The streets is done, bro. You see, everyone in 2021 it's about getting your money. It's the marathon. We're all running the marathon. Nipsey has been telling us since 2009 or since his mixtapes came out back in 2006. I don't know the full history. Now it's all about getting your paper. We have no time to waste. People are literally dying now. We don't have time now.
Whoa, bro. And you know another thing, you said that really, it just hit me. It's another Jaeger bomb. You told me, like, I don't get into, for someone who practices the art of violence quite often and lifts and all that shit, I don't get into a lot of fights. Because I know what the best martial art is. The best martial art is not Taekwondo.
Self-control.
It's not even self-control. It's not any of, you know what the best martial arts is? A thick wallet. Because when you have a thick wallet, when everyone's in the general area and all the scuttle buckets in the general area is trying to pick a fight, you're in the VIP area. When everyone is in the streets, hustling, fighting, stabbing each other, you put your money aside and you get into a nice neighborhood with around-the-clock security. When you are in a shopping mall where people on Black Friday are fighting over the bare essentials, you have the money to get into a really nice joint where no one's fighting over everything because everyone has the money to. To me,
no, I feel as if when you have the
martial
money
arts is the best. Money is the best martial art.
Of course, but
you separate yourself from the scuttle buckets.
Black Friday, like I still would say you're not a scuttle bucket if you don't have money. Like,
I'm not saying you're not a scuttle bucket if you don't have money. But money does not make you any less or any more of a scuttle bucket, but it does separate you from the scuttle buckets. You have the power.
Who
you have
is
the
a
choice.
scuttle bucket though?
Niggas who try to fight with you in the clubs.
Of course, but it also separates you from the quote unquote decent dudes.
But you have power.
A scuttle bucket though.
No. That's a classist argument. I'm not making a classist argument. I'm pretty much saying this, right?
Yeah.
Who's most likely to get into a fight where he gets stabbed? A billionaire who lives in a gated community where 1,000 people can afford to be, or the everyday person that goes about everyone.
You were saying earlier, like I said, it would say you're gonna need way more than street credit to get out of debt.
Exactly. Because no matter how much you fight, you also said that you're gonna meet your match eventually.
That's what
and you don't want to keep fighting to the point, because nowadays guys don't know how to fight. That's why they're shooting. That's why they're stabbing.
Of course, but you can't lean on that thing.
You can't lean on fighting all the time.
Okay, cool. Now every day I'm gonna wait for this, bro. Live your life, yo. But
yeah, absolutely. But you want to have that in the top. You want to have it as a school.
In order to cap this whole thing, basically, you need to be balanced. Have balance in your life. Yes, I really feel as if as a dude, you need to learn how to relax, bro.
Angisazi. Oh, Bruce Lee. Hey. Anyway, this is Kane, by the way. Isendele kankabini lenzala abantu kamfaka level slehe empisa nginamngani. And all I want to know is, really guys, really, why y'all gotta be so serious all the time? Why can't we talk about Drake? Drake just released a new album. Music, guys. Let's get to the music.
Pause.
Nah, but everyone has their favorite rapper, bro. Like,
but bro, this man consistently comes through with some real shit. I mean, Scary Hours 2, my God.
Some heat, bro.
My God.
You see, bro, like, I always break down music in this way. Well, especially with Drake, he has his hits, which is What's Next. He has, like, the global hit that everyone can sing, which is What's Next.
Yeah.
And then with Wants and Needs, he has the Strip Club.
Yeah, Lil Baby came on.
Houston.
Yeah, man.
He has that hit, that mega hits where I still feel as if his sound is changing. Not changing to like an extreme, but then it's a little bit different. Like you see What's Next, I feel as if it's doing what I'm Upset should have done.
Yeah, man.
It's really that kind of hits with the same type of beats and everything. He's literally like, okay, take two, let me try this again.
Yeah.
And then Wants and Needs is typical Drizzy, trappish, but then it's kind of different.
It's like, yeah, and I see he's going to like a dirty South Atlanta type sound, but then he also throws in his little bit of flavor.
It's not even like that. It's like the sound is different in terms of like the sound of hit making. He's trying to change the sound of hit making. That
because he's been
that
on this
what's
UK
next-
drill thing for some
Of
time.
course, but that what's next is a whole different sound that no one else is touching it.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't know because apparently everyone influences everyone.
Yeah.
You know those
It's a
conversations.
microcosm. It's like everyone in the ecosystem is feeding off into a common thing, but
True.
Drake is the top predator.
And then the lemon pepper freestyle is just
Oh
to
my god!
put a cement. You would say, I
Oi.
can still rap. Like
Oi.
don't get it fucked up. I can still rap. And he has to bring
Bro.
Rose because you know all hits no misses.
Like I said it again. I always said, bro, like Rose, Drake, and Jay-Z are the kings of fall off or slide off the tongue rap. Like it
Bruh,
just
I keep
sounds so
saying
good.
it's that pretty
Big
boy
stepper.
rich, that rich pretty boy talk. You know what I'm saying? When dudes can just describe their living room and make it sound amazing. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of luxury rap
Luxury rap.
that
Rap caviar.
Rick Ross, Jay-Z, Drake, Nas too can bring.
Nas. Like on Life is Good. On Life is Good back in 2011 or
2009.
2012.
2009.
Life is Good was 2009.
Yeah, 2009.
2009.
Yes.
Life is Good did not. Are you sure?
Trust me, bro.
Bro.
I've been listening to this.
Bruh, please search. I'm sure Life is Good was like 2010, 2011.
Hell no, definitely not 2011.
This for my daughters. I call this.
The one with the dress, with the wedding dress on the album cover.
No, the one where he's sitting on a couch.
With the wedding dress,
I think so.
with the green wedding dress with Khaleesi's.
Yeah.
That's
Life is Good was
2009.
not 2009. I swear it was not. That was like 2009 was like quarter 3. Life is Good is like 2011, 2012.
Carter 3 was 2008, bro.
Jesus Christ.
You see what I'm saying?
Fucking hell.
Carter 4 was 2011.
Life is Good, bro. Please check what Life is Good. When
Bro, it's 2012.
told you,
What?
nigga, what? Bro, this is the second time you've done this today. What was the
And
previous album?
I'm usually on point with my dates of
Nah,
albums.
this is the second time you've done this today. We
I'm
talked about
usually
another
on
joint.
point. I'm usually on point with my
No,
dates
Life
of
is Good was not
albums.
2009.
It's 2012, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I'm usually on points, yeah.
Bro,
It's 2012.
like I remember.
12.
But anyway, the point is, bro, on that joint, my man did a lot of braggadocious hip hop. Like when he let you know that I'm at that level and this is where I'm at and this is what I'm doing. And I'm just describing life, but it sounds out of this world. To me, Rick Ross, Jay-Z and Drake, this is their bag. Like, especially Drake. See on this thing, there's this one joint he said, man, I'm at the parent-teacher conference and they get googly-eyed despite everything that their husbands do to provide. Bro, do you know how much of a big stepper you are when you walk into a room and women are so enamored with you and they forget the man that has literally sworn and devoted themselves to you and provide and work shitty jobs at the end? Your presence, just your mere presence undoes that. Bro, and
Nah,
then
you see that big. No, it's not even like big step. It's just that pretty boy. I told you it's that pretty boy
flossing.
rich talk.
Flossing. Man's a dentist. He's a dentist with the surgical things. You know what I'm talking about? So, bro, and it's like there's so many lines. Like, obviously, it dropped. It dropped on Friday. For the past few days since then, I've been playing it on repeat. Lemon pepper. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Ross did a thing. Ross did his thing, but
Yeah.
6 God.
I know, but like, see, that's my thing. It's like, you see, even on the track with Wants and Needs with Lil Baby,
Yeah.
I think I said this to you like a couple of months or like a week or two ago, probably last month. That, oh no, it was a couple of weeks ago. Where it's like, you see, when it comes to Eminem,
Yeah.
Eminem doesn't give anyone a chance to shine. He'll come in spitting his verse heavy with heavy bars. He does not give two shits
He just wants-
who's
he
on
wants
it.
to be
He's
nice
not going to
on the
give you an
mic,
opportunity to shine because he's going to rap the only way he knows how. I feel as if even on this Lemon Pepper freestyle, Rose didn't really give him the alley-oop, but maybe they just cut his verse to there so that Drake can go off.
Yeah. Because
On Gold Roses,
out of
Drake went crazy
Yeah.
on Gold
yeah,
Roses.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Rose came in on some chill shit. He kind of gave him that alley-oop.
But that, like, Drake, Rose, and Drake, Jay-Z are some of the most fall off the tongue, smooth hip hop tracks that you'll ever hear. Like, consecutively, those tracks are probably one of my favorites on the joints. If it's a Drake and Ross or a Drake and Jay-Z, like Aston Martin Music, Light Up, Pound Cake. What's the last one he did on Scorpion?
Talk Up, I didn't like that.
So
one.
I like that joint. I like that joint.
Nah,
I like that joint. Yes, it was not on the caliber of the other ones. It was not. It was far from. But I still like that joint. It's got a bounce to it.
that song, it wasn't as saucy as it should have been. It was. I liked the flows that they used, but it just wasn't as saucy as it was supposed to be.
And that's the Jay-Z. You know, a Ross and Drake track I feel to this day in my bones, bro. Like
Lord
almost
knows.
10 years. Huh?
Lord knows.
No, Lord knows is a joint. That's another 10 out of 10. But Free Spirit.
Oh my
Take
gosh,
my-
I was thinking
take your
about
name on me, girl, so I
So
know it's real. Touch your fucking name on me, so I know it's real.
I know it hurts.
Bro,
Hey.
bro. That
You
is
see, that's like chilled vibes, hookah lounge.
but
Yeah,
that's
bro.
like fall off, slip off my tongue rap.
Mm.
That's like that literally I like this pepper, this lemon pepper. Bro, like all he had to do is just put on the even though it was it's a joint album with Future, but that 30 for 30, if he put a J or a Ross on 30 for 30 would have been the fucking thing.
Nah, that was for Drake only because
I
that's
know, but-
Drake's signature outro.
The taste. See the taste of the track,
Nah, it's Drake's signature outro. Think of
Bro.
all his outros.
bro.
Do Not Disturb. Think of the outro on Views, bro.
Was the
I
one where he went to
touched down
Tory.
like 86. No one was a man, but wasn't that the outro of Views?
Wasn't the
Nothing
one?
Was
That's the
Same.
one where he turns silent. No, that's
That's Do Not
that's
Disturb.
more life. That's
Yeah,
more
that's
life.
more
That's
life.
more
I'm
life.
saying,
Views.
Views was
Views.
Was Views.
It was views.
Fire.
Yeah. It's
That's
like the
only
front of the
Drizzy.
plane, boy. It's all business.
Bruh, if I wasn't you, you wouldn't like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If
yeah,
I was you,
yeah.
I wouldn't like me either.
Yeah.
Bruh,
yeah.
he was going crazy on that
Yeah.
shit. Before Nothing Was the Same, I think All Me was the last one. Was the
And that was
the
a
final
joint.
track. Niggas were spitting like crazy.
No, wasn't it Wu-Tang
No,
freestyle?
Wu-Tang Forever is like fourth, and that's
Wu-Tang
he was singing
Forever,
there.
my bad.
He was like the fourth track. It was All Me, 2 Chainz, and
Oh yeah,
Big
with
Sean.
Sean. Yeah.
Yeah,
Killed the
yeah.
thing. But the point is, let's come back to the real.
Yeah.
This lemon pepper. Fucking hell. Big ups to the Six God.
Now
Big
that's
ups to the
classic
Drizzy, man.
Drizzy
No,
outro.
big ups.
Not even an outro, like in the middle.
Nah,
maybe, like
man, it's
in the
just a
middle of the
joint.
album.
Absolute
Yeah,
joint.
but I feel as if he's. You see what I'm saying? He's trying to shift us. You see, that's what I keep saying. That when we were growing up, the music that we used to listen to used to be different every single time.
Yeah, every single album,
you
every
have to have
single
a
project,
different
man will
formula.
change his sound a little bit.
You need to have a different formula to now make it a hit or whatever. It has to
Yeah.
sound different from what you did before, what other people are doing.
Mm.
I feel as if with this album, with CLB, Certified Lover Boy, I feel as if Drake might just switch the sound again. I want that because I'm tired of hearing the same shit. It's like with J. Cole, you don't know what you're going to expect. With Kendrick, you don't know what you're going to expect. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they do have, and I'm sure people are like, no, because this is how they rap. Yes, they do have classic ways in which, or classic bags that they get into.
Yeah.
Especially J. Cole will now start, at the end of the album, will now start, like, energy will start going down. And then now he's rapping about some deep shit. We know that's J. Cole's bag and everything. But the last album, KOD, he showed his versatility. Revenge of the Dreamers 2 showed his versatility. But at the end of the day, I want new sounds. I understand you can incorporate trap and everything into you can incorporate trap and everything into the new sounds, and just I don't like the same shit over and over again. That's why with these people that release like 2 albums a year, it's only Future who actually, I feel as if he doesn't change his sound that much, but he can make or add different kinds of sauce to every single album. See this last album, Life is
Tory
Good.
can do that too. Like if Tory comes with a rap album versus like a chips tape joint for the GAHDAMMIT, he can do, like Tory is someone who can also do 2 albums a year quite consistently.
No, I disagree because now, yes, he's slowly getting out of that shit of sampling heavy and that heavy sampling thing wasn't.
I loved it. I loved it.
It's because it's what's killing Bryson Tiller too. Or what was killing Bryson Tiller too. This deluxe, the 5 from the deluxe. Oh man, that's fire as fuck to me. I don't know if you listen to it.
Nah, not yet.
It's fire.
You know how I am with music, bro. I have a latency.
Now I'm getting to the point where I don't really pay that much attention. It's only if it like someone sends me a message or if I'm actually like watching.
There we go.
Or
Like
if,
that's the
like,
only
I was
time where I'm like,
anticipating
all
it.
right, there's this project coming through. Let me jump on it. So if someone like sends me a heads up, like, hey, you should check this shit out, I'll be like, all right, let me see it. But for the most part, I like to get to music when I like to get to music, because like you always say this as well, it's like when you get to music while the iron is still hot, like your opinion is not pure, because it's going to be influenced by what everyone else thinks.
Nah, not me.
No, obviously at this point, no, not anymore. But I don't like to listen to something where everyone else is feeling it because I have a personal thing of I don't like being in the lane that everyone else is in. So if someone's feeling something, I'll have this like towards it. Yeah. Like, you know that single, the single for the summer that they dropped last year, Drake, Chris Brown, and was just Drake, No Guidance. You got fire. It, girl. You got
pure fire from Jump.
But from Jump, I didn't feel it like that. But when everyone went off it, I was like, no, this is a joint.
It's because you look at other people, or you go against other people's metrics. For me, when I listen to music, I don't care about anyone's opinions about it. If someone says, "Oh no, this album sucks," I was like, "No, I'm gonna just listen to it."
Yeah,
I'll get back to you because my opinion is unwavering. You see that joints, that No Guidance joints, that was a hit. Especially Drake did what he did best and slowed down the beats. Freaky. You know, with the Instagram lights. You know what I'm saying? He came with the Instagram lights and they were like, I know shit. Nah, he's got it on lock.
But the thing is, what I'm trying to say to you is not necessarily that my opinion is not unwavering, but it's more a thing of when something is a hit, while it's a hit, it's constantly shoved down your throat. I don't get an opportunity to appreciate it because I always hear it everywhere and it's always shoved down my ear. And I don't like that. I like to consume things on my terms the way I like to do it. So when something is constantly shoved down, like if I'm in a club or I'm in a place where I'm vibing, I'm definitely going to feel it. But for me to listen to it on my own, of my own accord, that's not really going to happen when it's shoved down my throat.
That's how I felt about Kendrick.
110%.
When you first came out, that's why I was so late. I only listened to his whole discography in 2017 when Damn came out.
Yeah.
That's when I went back and listened to everything.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay, cool. I hear what y'all are saying, but the problem is that you're like giving him the greatest rap of all time in 2012. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
It was a very good album. It's a staple in the game, but come on now. Let's be realistic.
That's true. That's very true.
Drizzy's still around. I'm not saying Drizzy's the greatest rapper of all time, but he's doing MJ numbers.
He's putting some numbers up that will, like, the title starts to not look so bad on him anymore. I don't think many people would be super outraged with you calling Drizzy the GOAT.
Nah, it's because of this ghostwriting bullshit.
And it's the purest. It's the purest argument. It's the purest argument, bar for bar. But bar for bar, my man's heavy.
I'm sure some of our favorite rappers have got some. I'm not saying all of them.
Of course.
Sure some of them have had help. And
of course.
Yeah, but it's just that Drake was called out for it. And because Drake was doing things that no one else had been doing before him.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I feel as if that's why of course it was highlighted and it's now a big thing and yeah.
110%. And I think, just in general,
and I also don't
salutations to Drizzy. He did a madness this week or last week. He did a madness. Absolute madness.
I feel as if I don't want to be like this whole, because it's like the fourth, like every episode we mention Drake, like we mention Drake lines.
Do we?
Yes. Bro, you see, that's the thing. I keep telling you, I listen back properly. We mentioned Drake so much and Drake lines so much. That's fine. His EP was dope and everything, but it's like, where's everyone else? Where's Kendrick? Where's J. Cole? Where's Zara Rashad? Where's...
But in a lot of ways, Drake is the Jay-Z of our generation.
He's the MJ of our generation. Bro.
No, he's
Chris Brown is.
He's the Jay-Z of our generation because of the quotables.
Oh, the quotables.
The quotables. You see, the thing is with Drake, how many times have you been speaking a sentence and then all of a sudden you say the exact lyrics to a Drizzy song and then...
Bruh, like... This whole week I've been saying it's just a big man. It's just a big
girl thing when you get me.
To me it sounds like he's saying to this Hano specific Kanzuzi. Okay, you may or may not know this depending on your level
of big girlness.
Exactly, whether you're a big girl or not, you may or may not know what I'm talking about. But it's just a big girl thing when you get me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. 110%. I say that, but he has a lot of quotables, but J. Cole does too. And J. Cole is like more quotable after quotable after quotable because he comes with those type of shit. And D. Kendrick is more introspective and more...
Yeah, I hear you.
That's why I don't... See, I think we've never given out our top fives, our personal top fives.
Yeah, go for it. It's just hard for me. It's hard for me. Please put it into as much of a box as possible because when I start thinking out of the box, I complicate
no. I'm doing it for our generation.
Our generation, perfect.
No particular order. Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick, Big Sean, Wale. And I think Wale can out-rap all these dudes.
Yeah, but Drake can out-music all these dudes.
Of course. Oh, definitely. Drake, bro, that's why he'll always be number one in the trio of Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick. But the problem is people can't separate J. Cole and Kendrick somehow. I don't know why, but those are two different kind of rappers.
You know who...
They can
my
cross over...
You know who my personal guy is? in that list. I'd replace who? Please repeat your list.
Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, Big Sean, Wale.
Shit, this is kind of controversial, but I think I'd personally replace Wale with Dave East.
No.
Dave East is a
No.
motherfucker. This is a personal. We said personal.
Yeah, of course.
personal
Let me not say no. Yeah. I hear
It's
what you're
personal
saying.
choice. Dave East is fucking ridiculous. Jesus Christ, this nigga is ridiculous.
The man can rap, no doubt. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously, he's in one bag. He's in his East Coast bag. Of course, we know this. Like Umchita just does this thing, but he does it so well. And obviously, as a man, you know me. I love old school shit.
Yeah.
I love old school shit. So when I hear Dave East, it's like a breath of fresh air.
I feel like he's been taking some time to find his bag, and only now, 2020, 2021, he's found the lane that he's comfortable in. You hear his hooks now all sound the same-ish. It's like he now has a Dave East style.
What you mean.
Before then, there was no Dave East style.
I smelt a Dave East style.
No, it wasn't personally, it wasn't necessarily, I couldn't sense his style because it was just a dude who could rap on any beat.
Alright, let me be honest. I don't think Dave East is among the best, but he's among my personal favorites. Like, objectively, I don't think he's top 5, but in my personal favorite, Jesus, this guy's ridiculous. And I'd take out Sean. Because I know Sean is, like, in the actual objective top 5, he's a Don. But to me...
Nah, he's literally the last Lil Wayne. He's the last punchline rapper.
Yeah.
There's not many punchline rappers.
Yeah, he has a lot of those joints.
There's not many punchline rappers after Big Sean. That's why there's a staple. He's a staple in that top 5. He can't move because these rappers, or like all the J. Coles and Drakes and stuff, or let's say Kendrick more specifically, it's whether you catch it or not.
Yeah, it is.
If you catch it, good for you. If you don't, I'm not.
What is Royce?
Royce? Nah, I feel like Royce is like he's more OG level.
Alright, because Royce is...
Nah,
ridiculous.
Bro, Royce is like 40 something. He's an OG.
Ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. An OG, bro. He's way above us.
Ridiculous, man. But alright, he's not there. Alright, so Sean can go there. But me, Dave East. I don't know about Tory.
Nah.
I don't know about...
You can't put him in the top 5 in terms of rap.
Tory and Joyner and all these guys.
Nah, like,
is this like another generation?
Tory's pushing Toronto rap, but he's not there in terms of lyrically. I don't rate him lyrically.
Alright. See, this is why I'm saying the pockets, you have to be specific, because this thing about whatever you do it, pockets it's important, because
of course, like
specifications also.
But at the end of the day, when you speak about rappers, we're going to talk about lyrics, and Tory Lanez's lyrics aren't really.
Yeah, they're really not.
You know what
but
I'm
my
saying?
boy has not been doing like that, because we've got so many chains. They call me Chaining Tatum.
I got so many chains.
They call me Chaining. Nah, what is that, nigga? What on earth is that nonsense,
bruh? Shame. The first time I heard it, I don't even remember the pop style remix, the one with Kanye and Jay-Z. I don't even remember. There's a remix. Yes,
I did not even know
apparently that's the version that was supposed to come out, and Drake cut off Kanye and Jay-Z. Apparently.
Oh God.
So. Yeah, I don't know the validity of that statement, but that's what I.
But yeah, man. Obviously,
music streets.
If I had to ask you your listen of the week, what would it be?
Actually, let me pull up my phone and not guess. Let me tell you.
Mine it's very easy. You already know.
Right.
Lemon Pepper. Lemon Pepper is easily my listen of the week. On a hip hop tip. On like an alternate tip. Man has been feeling the pianos, bro. The pianos.
Piano. Yeah.
Brah.
Okay.
Mapuris and Nokabs that they've been doing a madness as per.
Oh, you know what dudes always be doing, man.
Those niggas are ridiculous, bro. Those niggas are absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, what I've been listening to this week.
Yeah, talk to me.
Kendrick's Duckworth. That song, bro.
Duckworth, really? Talk to me.
It's the storytelling, and I liked his pockets. You see the second beat.
Yeah.
The second beat where he starts flying and Kentucky Fried Chicken and he was going in. I'm like,
wasn't it like the fourth one?
Nah, isn't there's a beat that played twice? It started like in the middle and then it came back at the end.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
But when the beat started going heavy, old school, I was like, yeah, you see, rap. You see, I like when people spit.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, he's very creative and introspective and all that stuff, but he was just spitting, storytelling. Storytelling will always get me.
Oddly, you were the person that actually put me on the map to this track back in 2016 or 2017.
Duckworth.
Duckworth, yeah.
I know those are drawings. Don't take us back to 27. Oh, I've also been listening to What It Feels Like. I can't get over that Scorpion Bricks way before Aubrey's double disc 40 on my lap clap sounds like 40 to them. Hey, bro. Hey, yeah. Jigga man there.
Jigga man. So, oh no, you're gonna have a top 5 of your top listens of the week.
No. I'm just telling you what I've been listening to this
As
week.
of late, alright.
Drake's Nothing Was the Same.
Dude, no, that's
You see,
that's a pristine
that's the
project.
thing about Drake albums.
That's a pristine project. Not a single skip on it. Not a single skip on it.
That's why I say, with Drake, I want him to change the sound because I love music that only hits me later. I want music that only hit like, it has this extra joints. I don't want music that's gonna hit me from jump. It's like Party Next Door's Party Mobile.
Don't you even lie to me. Nothing Was the Same slapped. As soon as you heard that Tuscan leather joint, you knew what this was.
No. Let me tell you my thought process of when Nothing Was the Same came out.
Yeah.
Of course, I like Tuscan leather and all that stuff, but at the time, I was a little annoyed. Besides the fact that I was heartbroken, whatever. But, hey, but that's besides the fact.
Yeah.
But at that time, I was like, hey, mind you, because you see, you're right. I heard Tuscan Leather. I listened to Tuscan Leather track 1. I'm like, why can't you just rap like this for the rest of the songs? I was annoyed. And All Me came out before then. So I'm like, dude, why? Worst Behavior. All these joints started from the bottom. All these rap joints.
Yeah, it was like a little bouncy thing. Because that's when you started messing around with Migos and the South Side type.
And then that's when I was like, dude, why are you singing? The only song I liked at the time was Own It. That was a singing song. And then as I started maturing and getting and from time, I Love Me.
Oh yeah, no.
I was a joint and a half.
Back when she was a joint, something I don't know. Janae fell off.
Nah. She's.
I'm not talking about musically.
No. In terms of R&B.
Badness.
In terms of
badness.
Like
her appearance, she fell off. I think it was the drugs or something. That she fell off.
That's all.
2014 Janae, like when you said it was over, you shot right through my heart. Brad, you see that Janae?
Oh, of course, but that's all assumption, yo.
Wild thing. Yes. But now Janae's like, eesh, yeah.
Nah, you see how toxic you are. Now that she's in a loving relationship, you're like, nah, she don't really look.
I like that the toxicity looks good on a woman.
Hey, bruh. But once I started listening to the rest of Nothing Was the Same, as time went on, when I listened to fucking Furthest Thing, when I listened to Wu-Tang Forever's a Joy. You see, this Nothing Was the Same sounds more Toronto to me than Take Care.
Sorry, please repeat.
It sounds more Toronto to me than Take Care.
Nothing Was the Same.
Nothing Was the Same because Toronto has this dark sound. I don't know what it is.
Almost like a Travis.
After hours type. The Weeknd, I think The Weeknd drives that flag or flies that flag more than anyone else. It's just this dark, hazy. Party Next Door too with the trap soul.
I hear
dark,
you.
hazy sound. But after Nothing Was the Same stuff, I
want to ask you a question because I've been thinking about this, for some time now, especially with music. Have you ever had a thing where the girl's not that hot, right? But you listen to her music and she becomes 10 times hotter. Because, bro...
I'm not saying that she's not that hot, but SZA, bro.
Bro, that is exactly who I was about to... Like, dude, SZA, SZA's not necessarily my type. I love with SZA. I listen to her music, I'm just like, damn, girl.
Bruh.
Damn, girl.
You see, that's the thing. Damn. That's Kane thought I was crazy back in 2017.
Wait, like SZA's
Control came out.
I'm like,
she's gorgeous, bro.
She's gorgeous, but it's like, she's not really gorgeous, but your music makes you gorgeous.
You know what I'm saying? Like, her music reminds me of hands I used to deal with that act exactly like her. So then I was roped in to the points where I was like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I fell in love with SZA, bro. You know, at some time I thought, okay, at some stage we want to be together or some shit. Like, that's how deep I was in it.
Bro, you know who's another chick that does that to me is the the one that always does the piano, Shasha.
Oh.
Shasha, you see that girl there, bro? Like, she's not my type, but...
Yes, actually. But to me, she's fine as hell. You see, like, her voice just...
Her voice and everything was just like, oh, my goodness.
It made me melt on some...
You know what I'm saying?
You're talking to me then.
Like, you're talking to me exactly.
I must be the person you're talking to.
I see you. I see you.
Bruh, no. I feel like some musicians, especially with women, their voices make them more... You actually right.
It makes them more attractive.
Them.
It's like...
Then
Who's
it
another
seems.
one? There's some.
And it's not saying that they're not attractive. It's just it makes
like
the
they're not-
attraction grow more.
It's like,
like,
exactly.
Hey,
Like,
bro, me
it's not
and
even a
Scissor,
matter of
bro.
attraction. It's just a matter of
Yeah.
preference. Scissor's not the typical kind
I
of
was
girl I'd go
feeling
for.
Scissor like that.
Like
bro.
Shasha either. She's not. But like when I listen to the music, it's like, baby girl, come through. Hypo.
Bruh. You see, that's the saving complex.
Listen,
It's a saver, you know.
I
it's a
don't
saving
necessarily
complex.
say it's the savior. I think it's just attraction. I think you see something that
No,
you
but
didn't
when you listen to the content,
you didn't originally recognize before.
when you listen to the content,
Yeah.
when you listen to them say, like, it's basically now it's in the space of quote unquote needy R&B music or needy music, basically.
Yeah.
On some someone more specifically, Summer Walker. I just need some dick. I'm saying that needy R&B music is the one that's a wave these days.
Yeah.
So Jay,
But Summer Walker, the thing is, bruh, nah, there's no amount of music that would make me look at Summer Walker any other type of way. No personal thing, but bro, I just look at Summer Walker, I think she's kind of there's an S word, bro.
baddie.
No. She looks kind of scuttlebuckety to me, bro.
Oh,
Like any
that's
chick who has like
personal
face
opinion.
tattoos and who's moving on that wave is like, nah, hard dead, left.
Nah, that's on you. Like I fell in love with her voice more than her. I didn't fall in love with her. And the Scissor, bro. Oh
No,
man.
Scissor. I think there's a certain depth to music and depth to what she does, man. Hey, but Shasha, bro. Oh.
Bruh, you just sit there like, bruh. You see with a hand like her, it's like she seems so wholesome.
Dude, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You
Bro.
know, wholesome hands will cleanse your soul.
But then she dribble the hell
Of course, it's the chakra hands. Chakra hands are the biggest
Oh, yeah.
dribblers.
Like the one.
And I guess chakra niggas too. I'm not a dribbler though, but
Oh my gosh,
You
here we
know
go
what I'm
again. Plausible deniability. Plausible deniability.
nah, I
know
don't,
your
I don't be
ways.
dribbling. I don't be dribbling.
Shoot you from a distance like Roberto Carlos.
Hey, that's just a name that I got back when wild things were going on. But
But what were you doing?
No, not
Shooting
heavy
from a
stuff.
distance.
Yeah, it's just quality over quantity. That's how it was.
Yeah, man. You should have been Wesley Shotgun. Just taking all the gal.
Nah, I don't take all the gal. That's what I'm saying. You'll love exaggerating. Pew, 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 sniper. You'll love exaggerating. It's like, jeez. A nigga was, bruh, like you said at the beginning of the episode, I'm quiet. I just be minding my own business.
Yeah, but that's why you're dangerous. That's why you're
But
dangerous.
I don't play off of it. It's because I genuinely don't like talking.
Fair enough. I'll give you
It's
that.
just who I am.
I'll give you that.
And if I planned it, it's okay, sure. I'm just gonna be cool and play it. Like, you know, if a chick texted me, hey, bruh, and also, hands that have dudes love me. Oh, she belongs to the street. I don't understand.
Can
why.
110% understand this point. Yep. They're not free agents, but they want a new club.
Exactly, and it's like a young thing of, okay, cool, you have all the perfect qualities, but I wouldn't date you type thing.
Hey, dangerous, man. Hey, you're dangerous, man.
How am I?
You sound so wholesome. And you couldn't harm a soul, but hey.
No, that's the thing. That's the type of shit that I want to be on. I'm not trying to be toxic. And I want to, bro, when they get to the point where it's like, oh no, I can't get what I want from him, then it's like, I know, let's paint him as toxic.
All right, I hear that still. I've
Like
been
you said,
painted-
I don't give people what they want.
I have been painted as toxic, misogynist, the whole damn 9 yards.
Exactly. I don't give people what they want. It's like if you want validation, but then you're chasing validation from everyone else, and
you're not getting it
I
here.
peep it, I'm not gonna give it to you.
Yeah, facts.
So then now I'm a misogynist or whatever
Oh,
because
yeah.
I don't give you the validation you
Oh,
want.
yeah.
And people go through extremes to get my attention, and I just don't. Here's it, bro. It's not that I ignore it on purpose. I get told later that someone tried to get my attention.
You're
and
too
blah,
busy
blah,
doing
blah.
other things.
I'm living my life.
Bro,
That's what I'm saying. I don't
Bro.
purposely try to make anyone crazy. You keep trying to say like I know gaslighting. Nah, if I see that you're playing, I'm out.
yeah.
I don't need to be there.
Facts.
Let's wrap this up, yo.
Let's wrap this